Hey good people, how you doing? David Tao here, co-creator of NextLevelGuitar.com. Hope all is going well, and I hope your guitar and musical journeys are going famously. And today I have a killer exercise for you. And this exercise is really good for the fingers, right? It's really good for that muscle memory. It's really going to help you, and it's challenging. And if you get a second, please subscribe to the channel. You know, subscribing to the channel, that really helps us to keep bringing the content. Please, if you like the video, click the like button, subscribe, share the video, and thank you so much. So I'm really going to push you with this exercise. It has a lot of chord changes in it, and that's okay, because that's how you get better on guitar, right? You keep pushing yourself. Harder chord changes, learn harder chords, different chord voicings in fingerings, harder exercises, harder songs. So for this exercise, we're going to take you through a long series of changes, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through a chromatic change. We're going to play like a major chord, and then we're going to play a major seventh chord, and then we're going to play a seventh chord or dominant seventh chord for each chord root. And the progressions, it'll start off with an A chord, A major, okay, and you might play it like this, or you might finger it. A lot of people finger it kind of classical style, like this, and if you do, that's fine. And in fact, that'll be a lot easier to finger, because when you go to A major seventh, all you'd have to do is slide that one finger, that first finger, back one fret. So you're going from all three on the second fret to that first finger on the first fret of the G string. You see that change. Then if you just take that first finger off, you have an A seventh chord, dominant seventh chord, right? So A major seventh, A seventh. Hear the difference? Major, happy. Major seventh, jazzy, sweet. Seventh, twangy. Right? So we're going to go major, major seventh, seventh for all the chords. Then we'll go to D. D major chord. You probably know. Played that one 100,000 times, right? To play a D major seventh, flatten the first finger, and you bar across the high E, B, and G strings with that first finger, open D string. Jazzy, right? There's our D major seventh. Then to make that a D seventh, you might already know that chord also. So again, you go major, major seventh, seventh. Then we're going to go to a G chord. Now, did you notice the subtle thing I did there when I changed from D to G? Actually, we're on a D seventh. We're going to change to G. What I did was I slid my third finger from that second to third fret, because that's where it's got to be for that G chord. But if you look, when I'm on the D7, I'm on that with the first finger on the second fret. So don't pick it up just to put it back down. We're sliding, and then I just have to move those other two fingers to get to the G. And if that change gives you trouble, or any of these changes, just go back and forth between those two. One hit each. Right? So you can get really proficient at it. So G, then a G major seventh will play like this. Okay? Now, when you're playing a G major seventh, just let this first finger kind of hook over, because you want to mute the A string. You don't want to play that. So G, G major seventh, and then a G seventh chord will look like this. Got to get that F note in there, that flat seventh. G seventh. So on the G chord, G seventh. Okay, and then we'll go to C major. Happy, right? Now to play a C major seventh, so simple. Just pick up that first finger. Sweet and jazzy, right? Listen to the difference. Major, major seventh. And then to play a C seventh, put the first finger back, and then you're going to add your pinky to the G string at the fourth fret. And there we have our twangy seventh chord, right? So C, C major seventh, and then C seventh. And then the next one we're going to go to the F chord, and I know the F chord is a tough one for you, but you're going to try it, right? And you could play the little four finger F, like that, where you're barring the high E and B with the first finger. F, and if this is hard, that's okay, because you're going to push yourself. And again, when you're on that C chord, drop that third finger down, one fret, and flatten the first finger, drop the second finger down, one fret also. So you see again, and you can see that in that tight shot I have, very economical movement. right? Now, when you're on that F, and you want to go F major 7th, very easy. You just take that first finger and put it on that first fret of the B string, and you play the high E open, because you want to get that major 7th note in there. Alright, so there you have F major 7th. Now, an F 7th might be a little tricky for you. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to stretch for the F 7th and get the E flat note here with your pinky on the 4th fret of the B string. Right? Just that note alone, after playing those other ones, just that one note, you could hear the twang, because that's your ear. You know, you were listening to happy, happy, sweet, sweet, twangy, right? And that's the color. That's going to help that ear development. That's what we're talking about. There's your F7. So you got to go from that F major 7, and then stretch and drop the first finger, F7, because you got to get back on that F note with that first finger, right? So it's a lot of chords, but it's designed that way, again, because this is what's going to push you to that next level. So now let's put the whole thing together and try the changes. So at first, you might just want to just do one hit, because if these chords are unfamiliar, it's going to take you a little bit to change, but at least you can start to hear that you get no dead notes. See, you don't want that. You got to kind of get all the notes to ring true. So first, just do one hit. A major 7. Listen to all the notes ringing true, right? A7, D major 7, right? D7, G. All the notes are true. G major 7. Then G7. Then drop down to C. One hit. See, all notes true. C major 7. C7. Then we're going to go to F. F major 7. And finally, F dominant 7th, F7th. Okay. So then once you get them one hit each, try it with a pattern. Now, it's important. This exercise, it sounds musical because each chord, after I'm done with that set on A, I go to the D. That's a 4th away. And then from the D, I go a 4th away to the G. That's why it sounds good. And don't worry if you don't know what those intervals, that's term 4th, or when I say the major 7th note of the 7th. You know, that's music theory, and we can get into that later, and I have lots of lessons on that. But right now, I just want to get you playing, get you changing chords, having fun, making noise with this guitar, getting into some good sounds. That's what it's all about, but it's musical, the exercise. And that's important, to do musical sounding exercises. And I always try to make my exercises the best I can sound musical, because it's more motivating to play when it sounds musical. So take a very easy strum pattern at first, something like, but we want it to have rhythm because we want it to sound musical. So just use all downstrokes, like down, 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 down. Try that. Down, 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 down. Right? Okay, so let's try that strum with the chords, and we'll start with our A. More chord changing tips and a very long chord exercise that will really help you along in your journey, click on that link below in the YouTube description box, and I'll send you a free video lesson with all my chord changing tips and really long chord exercises. I call them long progressions that'll really blast your playing to the next level. And I'll also send you my beginner ebook, which has a lot of chord charts, a lot more lessons and different fundamentals and techniques. It's a great reference tool, and I'll send you both of those. And if you notice throughout those changes, if you notice in the tight shot, I was using those principles: shared fingers, right? Clusters, sliding, keeping my fingers tight against the fretboard, right? Not taking my hand apart. All good chord changing techniques. Then, once you have it down once, you have it down with a strum, try it with a different strum pattern. That was all down. So let's try an easy one like down, down, up, down. Down and up, 8th notes. Down, down, up, down, up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 if you stumble over 2 chords repeatedly, like write all these changes down, then circle those 2, then go back and forth every day, 10, 20 times per day, just those 2 changes, right? Get those hard ones down, and then you'll be able to play the whole thing. And do that like when you have a song and a change you can't get. Put that in your practice log. Just practice that change back and forth, every time you pick up the guitar. And then you'll get it, and then it'll be in your back pocket. And they'll all soon be that easy. And I know that might be a ways away, but you will get there. Try it with more complex strum patterns and more rhythms, right? Down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. Longer patterns. Down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, right? So sound a little like this. Slow at first, as slow as possible to make those changes. Keep putting that guitar in your hands 5-10 minutes, you know, in those little pockets of time before you go to work, before you go to bed, while you're waiting for dinner. That really adds up. Keep your guitar out on a stand somewhere. Don't pack it away, put it under the bed. Leave it out in the room you're in most. You'll be picking it up a lot. 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. It makes a big, big difference, right? Remember, click on that link below. I'll send you the free chord changing tips, more exercises, and my ebook for free. Click on that link, subscribe to the channel. That really helps us to bring the content. Thank you so much. If you like the video, click the like button, give it a thumbs up, share. You're the good people. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for lots more. And remember, your guitar playing is an evolution. Take care. Rock.